In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest goddess coming to SMITE, Pele. Now, I am super excited about her release. I haven't played her yet, so I can't judge, but just looking at the brief gameplay they gave us, she doesn't, ooh, I love the way that looks. She doesn't look like she'll be super OP, but she looks like she's going to be so fun, and I love the way they designed her. The tattoo is so intricate and detailed. Her abilities look great. Her lore's good. The flames on her hair are amazing. It captures the Polynesian feel so well, and they really hit it out of the park in terms of how it looks. Her kit too. Her kit, it's so unique. It's so different, and we'll get into that in a second. Look at the flames on her. That's just sick. And her kit isn't just fire, it's specifically like volcanoes and magma and stuff like that because she is the goddess of volcanoes. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into her kit. What we'll do is we'll look at the abilities, kind of briefly go over it, and then we'll jump into a game and get a first look reaction of it. So her passive kind of has two parts. First one is called Everlasting Flame, and if she drops below 50% health, she's going to get 40% additional lifesteal, 20% ability lifesteal, and she's going to get power. It's 5 plus 2 per level. I think once you're level 20, that's going to equal out to about 45 power. So, oh, that was my phone. I apologize for that. Yeah, and that's going to last for 6 seconds, and it can toggle once every 20 seconds. So, pretty cool. The second part of her passive, basically, she has a little meter that's called fuel. It's like another resource along with her mana and health, and you're just going to have the fuel meter on her passive meter to show you how much you have left. So her first ability is called Pyroclast, and this is going to be her lane clear if she really does have a lane clear, because she is an assassin. So she sends out this fiery ball of magma. It's going to deal damage, and it's going to get to its maximum distance. And once it does, it's going to explode, break up into little pieces, and come back to you for return damage, kind of like old Ratatasker's Acorns. Very different, but still kind of similar. And it has 2 charges of this ability. And that's really loud. I'm sorry if you can barely hear my voice. I'll probably have to edit that, but man, her effects are loud. So you get 2 charges of this ability, and each time you upgrade it, it sends out a different number of shards. So the more you rank it up, the more shards that sends back to you, and the return damage is less than the initial damage. Second ability is called Eruption. She basically kind of stomps the ground, sends out this energy, and it's going to deal constant damage to enemies, and she's going to get a movement speed buff, essentially. Or no, wrong one. I apologize. That's her 3. So her 2, she stomps the ground, sends out the ball of energy, like I said, and she's going to deal damage to her enemies and knock them up. And then once you get to rank 3, she's going to have a second ring that activates that deals more damage and activates a second knock-up. Rank 5 of this ability, you get a third one. So once you get to rank 5 of Eruption, she's going to stomp the ground, deal damage, knock up, deal more damage, knock up again, and deal more damage and knock up again. It's kind of like a pulsing effect, and then the inner damage is always going to be more than the outer damage. It's going to scale more, and it's just generally going to be more. The first initial damage might be more for the outer, but once you get to the late game, it's not going to be as much. Third ability is called Magma Brush. This is what I was kind of getting confused with, and this is where the fuel comes into play. So the second part of her passive, this is channeled, and this ability can be toggled on and off. If it's toggled on, you're going to constantly consume fuel. Once you toggle it off, the fuel isn't consumed anymore. So that's how that works, second part of her passive. You toggle this on, she's going to burn the ground around her, dealing damage to enemies every second. Every time they're around her, giving her constant movement speed as well. So she's going to get 30% movement speed, as well as deal, it's a little damage, but it's damage. Now you can toggle this ability again to put it in an amplified state that's going to double everything. It's going to double your total damage and double your movement speed, which is really cool. Initial fuel cost is 5, and then it goes up to 10. And this costs no mana because it's just fuel, so you toggle it on and off with that. Now her ultimate is called Volcanic Lightning, and I don't get this quite because her whole kit, magma, flames, volcano, and then lightning? Just don't get it. You can even look at the pictures, and it's just so off. I don't quite understand it, but whatever. Basically, she charges up, dashes forward, deals a ton of damage to the first enemy god she hits, and then she's going to deal additional damage to enemies behind them in a cone. So she has 3 additional attacks after kind of hard to explain. You really just have to look at it, and it is going to slow them for 30% when you do hit the first enemy god. So what we're going to do now is actually jump into a game, check out her abilities. Yeah, so that's crazy. Real quick, I'll show you her recolor and her masteries if you want to check that out. I'll probably do a separate video on those, going in more depth, but at least you can get a first look at them. Her gold is actually really cool. I like that. Legendary looks awesome as well. And honestly, the diamond's probably the least impressive, honestly, just because of the way the gold and the legendary work so well with her hair, I think. But that's enough of that. We're going to go ahead and jump into a game and check out what she looks like. All right, we are back in game. Now, I just realized something that I might have messed up on. I put her to level 20, so the amount of charges that get sent back from her 1 are going to be increased, and the amount of charges she has on her 3 are going to be increased. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reset her back to level 1, and we'll kind of do this slowly, so I'll show you how her kit works. So we'll get to level 5. Actually, we'll get to level 4. Yeah, we'll do this first. So here is what her 1 will look like at rank 1. She's going to send it out,
Be careful.
and it only sent 1 charge back. Now, the more you rank that up, the more charges it sends back. So we'll rank it up again. Sent back 2. Go ahead and level up, and we'll keep doing that to see what it is. So 2 is 2, go figure. Rank 3
Be careful.
is 3, so I'm guessing it's just an additional 1 for each rank. Should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should be 5 for the last one, so yeah, so each rank sends out an additional 1. Pretty easy. Now her 3, this is going to be the slow and the knock up and damaging one. So at rank 1, this is what it does. That would be the knock up. Now, once we get to rank 3, it's going to do an additional. I thought it did. I actually totally figured out what I was doing wrong. I ended up leaving, coming back, and it didn't work. I was like, what did I do? I was upgrading her 3 instead of her 2. So we'll go back. So this is what her 2 looks like at rank 1 and rank 2. Sends up that double, or sends up that single, and it's going to act as a knock-up. We have to reset the cooldowns again. Now, whenever you're at rank 3, I gotta wait 3 seconds. Whenever you're at rank 3, it's gonna send out an additional 1. So it'll look like this. There'll be 2 knockups. Now, once you get to rank 5, you've probably figured it out by now, it's going to go up an additional 1 and give you 3 knockups. So we'll set it right here. Actually, do this so that you see there's 3 now. And each one of those is going to deal damage, and each one of those is going to deal knockup. So we went through both of those. Both of those can be... Each rank has an additional effect for both her 1 and her 2, which I think is pretty cool, because it makes which ability are you going to level first and second really important to her, and I think that's awesome. Now, this is her 3. You can see she gains a little bit of movement speed, and that magma rift that you see, or the molten rift, is where, or basically the targeter for dealing damage. Now, the way I have my setup for this recording, you cannot see her passive meter, but basically it's just a little meter. It's super easy to tell. It's a flame. It's basically just a giant flame, and it starts up fully red, and each second that you use it, it goes gray, gray, gray until it's completely gray. You'll definitely be able to notice. So that's your fuel meter for this ability. So the more you use it, the more fuel you lose. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, I thought it could be toggled on and off, but I wasn't able to. Whenever I activate it again... Oh, that's the amplified version. I forgot. So, I'll have to show that. I don't know how to... If you remember what I was saying with the amplified version, you could tell they're a little different. So, let's get some fuel back. And I'm going to click it the first time, and that's the regular version of that ability. And then I'm going to click it again, and it should be dealing double the damage. So, we'll check it out here. The regular is dealing 21. I click it again for amplified, and it's dealing 41. And I actually get a bunch of movement speed. I don't even have any items yet. Now, it didn't seem to go well. Let's try this one more time. So it's on, amplified, now off. I can't toggle it off for some reason. So once you activate that ability, it's activated. You just got to wait for your fuel to run out. So you can't really toggle it per se. Unless, hold on, can you cancel it? You can. I take that back. You just have to hit the cancel button. You can't activate whatever you have your keybind. Let's just say it's 3. You can't hit 3, and then 3 again. That's just going to keep toggling between amplified and non-amplified. So to toggle it off, you just have to right-click. So yeah, that can be toggled. That's actually really cool. You can get away from somebody, toggle it off, activate it again if need be. So that's actually really cool. I like that. And then her ultimate, like I said, it's going to have a charge up. We'll see what that looks like first. So that's the actual ult. That's all it really does there. But if you hit somebody, it's going to deal a lot more, and we'll check that out. So this is what I mean. If you hit somebody with the ultimate, you're going to slow them a bunch. Now you can see, oh, so it's your next 3 basic attacks on any target, or for 10 seconds. So it lasts for 10 seconds, so you could probably see it just went away. That was 10 seconds worth. So I was reading her ultimate wrong. I got most of it right, but it's a little different. So it's not your next 3 attacks in general have this giant cone. It's your next 3 attacks on a specific person. So it can be any different god. Do minions work as well? I doubt it. Probably gods. They're going to have this cone. Or you don't need me to explain. You can see it. But that's really cool. And it requires good positioning, too. Because let's say you dash in. If that's not going to deal any extra damage, you got to be in this position to deal extra damage. And it seemed like the person who I wasn't attacking got more damage dealt to them. I want to check that out one more time. I think I was dealing like 60 something to him, but he was getting hit for like 80. So let's show you these Odin bots and see if there's like a chain to it. No, so it's all 84, but that's really cool. That's a pretty decent ultimate. I was underestimating a little bit. But once you're in, you're in. You really don't have any escape. The only escape you have is hitting this thing twice and trying to get the hell out of there. That's really it. But so what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a bunch of items on her and then just kind of test out what her damage potential is. I'm not going to really make a build. I'm just going to just kind of wing it. So we'll see. All right, we are back. And I just noticed she has these burning footsteps, which is pretty cool. So I like, that's a nice little subtle detail, but detail nonetheless. So I'll see what her damage does now. I thought there was supposed to be this new feature in this jungle map where you can give the Odin bots protections. But I'm not seeing that, so maybe that's coming later. I'll give a brief look out for it, but no, I don't see it right now. So this isn't truly what the damage is going to look like in-game because these Odin bots don't have protections and everything, but it's better than nothing. So we'll see what the one can do.
Be careful.
It's not that bad, actually. Now, obviously, it's directional, so you got to control it. So everything is positioning with her. That's not that bad, though. See what it does to level 1. 352. So obviously hits them harder. Let's see this. Alright, so you can't get, like, triple knockups on somebody. That's kind of impossible. The only way you might be able to get the second and the third ring. Nah, you can't even do that, so that's how the knockup looks. And then we obviously have that. Wow, so that's going to tick for 124. Oh, we just missed it. The amplified version. 97, 48 and 97. I think she has crazy amount of burst potential. Hold on. Let's say you see someone walk and you're like, all right, I'm going to gank them. I think the best way to set it up would be to dash in with your ult. Let's say you have your ult. It would be to... Do you start with your 3 activated first? I don't think you do because you want to get the most damage out of that as possible. I think you dash in, activate your 3, send out your 1, and then knock them up. But it'd be best to have all that on instacast. I'm going to instacast everything to just see. To instacast with that, with this, and we'll do that with normal cast just to see what this could potentially do because I'm curious. So, actually, starting with your 3 would probably be better. So we'll do that. Oh, I messed everything up. Restart. Alright, so I figured out a problem with that combo. You have your basic attacks that you basically have to use after you use your ult. So if you're going to use your ult, you can't really combo that together. So I think your best bet would be trying to sneak up behind someone. Although you could chase someone down because you can get 60% additional movement speed whenever you want. So activate your 3, go from behind them, try to throw out your 1 real quick, and then knock them up to just burst them down. So it looked like this. No, it wouldn't look... That's the third time. Third time this game I've messed up her 2 and her 3. For some reason, I don't know. Let's try that one. So you start with this, go in, then knock them up, send that out. That chunks them big time. I didn't see all the numbers there because there was a lot of mini ones, but Jesus. Okay, so there is some definite damage potential there. I will give her that. I want to go see what her lane clear could look like. This is max level, obviously, so I'm going to put this just... Oh, wrong button. We'll set this up to, like... What's the max I can go? 20 minutes, probably? 18, 21. We'll do that. Just kind of see what... Oh. Forgot that was on Instacast. What this one could do. So it clears them out. I'm going to reset this. And I'm going to reset her, sell her items, and then give her, like, tier 1 boots and just kind of see. Yeah, I'll give her full boots, actually. Going to reset her down. How do I do the levels? Reset level and bring her up to level... We'll just do level 1. And we'll see what level 1 and boots will do to this wave, if anything at all, to see if she can even lane. I mean... Yeah, not the best clear whatsoever. I'm sure once you get into like level 2 and 3 and you get more charges back, but yeah, I don't think she's really going to be a laner, that's for sure. So we'll give her 3 charges, so level 4 would be what you have to be, but at that point you're going to get your ult, so really level 6 is when you're going to have 3 charges of this. So let's see what level 6 laning would be like. And we'll put this at like, what, 6 minutes into the game? Something like that? I don't know. It's probably more like, yeah, we'll do 6. Let's see what this would look like. Yeah, still not great. So yeah, definitely doesn't have a whole lot of laning potential, but she's an assassin. She's going to be a jungler probably. Her kit, very unique. Very, very unique. A lot of positioning required if you want to deal the most potential from her. But aesthetically, she looks amazing, dude. Her hair, the tattoo, the gear she has on, killed it in a unique kit. So whether she sucks or she's OP, she's different. I love the way she plays so far. I can't wait to jump into a game and try her out. We got the voice pack to do, and then we're going to head and wrap up this video.
You rock. Cancel that. No one can extinguish my flame. So awesome.
I love the little accent she has.
Did you know you can eat lava? What did the father volcano say to the mother volcano, huh? Do you lava me like I lava you?
Oh, that was so bad.
When I get angry, I just erupt. Oh, there's smoke everywhere. What did the father volcano say to the mother volcano, huh?
Is that the same one?
Do you lava me like I
okay.
lava you?
I guess some taunts.
You move slow like magma, but lack any of the burn.
Dude, her taunt animation is great.
Don't get too close now. You can't handle this
I love
fire.
that.
I've been beaten many times by mighty beings. Luckily, you're no such thing. I am the creator of islands, but I heard you have created something too. Failure.
I actually really like her taunts and her
Don't
jokes.
get too close now. You can't handle this fire.
They're not like too funny or too over the top, but I like them. And I love her accent. I think that's really cool as well.
Thanks. Yes. No. You rock. No one can extinguish my flame.
Alright, so that is the newest goddess, Pele. Let me know what you guys think about her in the comments. I personally think, like I said, her kit is great, unique, and a lot of positioning required. I'm curious to see how that really works out. But I'm excited nonetheless. So that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for more content like this. Social media links are in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching.